So, hi, how you doing today? I want to talk today about love. What is love? What is the whole concept of love? When I was in my early 20s, I remember reading about how we're supposed to love our enemies and treat those people well that despitefully use us. And I had a lot of trouble with that at first because I thought, how do you generate this feeling of love towards your enemies? So it caused me to really dig into what does love actually mean. So let's look at some verses like John 3:16. It says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believeth on him shall not perish, but shall have everlasting life." A common thread that we see throughout the Bible, whenever it speaks of love, whenever it speaks of God's love towards us or Jesus' love towards the people in his day and us today, it's always followed by an action. To me, that was a big eye opener because it helped me to realize what love really is. Love isn't a feeling. Now, sure, we've got affection towards people and we feel this warm fuzzy inside towards them, but love is an action. It's actually a verb. It's not just a noun. God loves us, and that causes him to do things for us. The fact that he takes action, the action itself is the manifestation of the love. So why is that important? Countless times you hear about people that are getting divorced and they'll say, well, we just fell out of love with each other. Well, the fact of the matter is they didn't fall out of love with each other. They simply stopped loving. What do I mean by that? Well, I just established that love is an action. It's not just a feeling, but it's an action. When people are dating, when they're courting, when they're getting to know each other, they do everything for each other. They just can't wait to do something nice or sweet or whatever for whoever it is that they're courting. And then after they get married, that starts to back off. And they start looking more at what are they getting out of the relationship? What is the other person doing for them? What ends up happening is they end up starting to lose those feelings that they had before of love towards that person. It's not because they're falling out of love, it's because they quit doing those loving actions. They quit serving the other person. The same holds true when Jesus says that we are to love our enemies and do good for those who spitefully use us. Now listen to that. He says love them, and then he tells us how. He tells us how to love them, and that's by doing good to those who spitefully use us. So again, love is an action. If you wait until you feel love towards your enemies or feel love towards your neighbors, you're never going to take any action. But you will find that if you take the action first, those feelings will follow. When you start serving others and doing things for others, it's hard to keep bad feelings towards those people. Those feelings of love will start coming towards you or start coming into you. You'll start feeling that affection the more you serve them. The same holds true in our romantic relationships. The minute we stop performing acts of love, that's when our feelings will start to wane. That's when we'll start to feel like we're falling out of love. If you want to re-spark that kindle in your relationship with your loved one, start serving them again. Serve them like you did back when you were dating and you couldn't help but to do all kinds of nice things for them to make them happy, to bring them joy. If you start doing those things again, you'll find that your feelings will follow. Love is an action. It's not a feeling. But if you take those actions, if you perform love actions, you will see that those feelings will follow. They will come back. So keep that in mind. If you're struggling with the concept of love, remember it's an action. It's doing something. And don't wait till you feel like doing it. Just take the action first. The feelings will follow. That's what love is. And that's what God does for us. God's love is always demonstrated by his actions towards us. And that's how we should act towards those that we are supposed to give our love to. The feelings will follow. God bless you.